So we've got lots of events running as part of our consultation. Obviously you can drop into St Mary's here, but we've also got some fun things coming up where we're going to team up with the My Castle Gateway team, which is part of the council's wider regeneration project in the Castle Gateway area. And we're going to team up with them and try and do some fun and hopefully interesting walks around the Castle Museum area and the Eye of York, particularly to look at the way that people will use spaces and the way that they will use the museum as part of life in the city. So one of the events that we're looking at doing is on the 25th of September, and it will be a lunchtime, early afternoon event, and what we'll be doing is walking around with the My Castle Gateway team and looking at the space, and we will have an architect with us who will help with some of the ideas that we have along the route to make a few sketches of ideas of things that we might want to ways that we might want to use the area and things that we might want to see in the area. They'll sketch it up, and then we'll come back here to St Mary's, use those sketches as a starter for 10. And the idea is that we'll be using that session to output some events that we can then input into a community brief that will form part of our architect's brief for the major capital project. So it's the first time in 80 years that we've got the opportunity to look at the whole visitor experience. So obviously the museum was opened in 1938 and it was just the female prison. A bit later the debtors prison was added into the museum experience and Link building was put in the late 1970s. But those buildings all sort of happened organically. So 80 years on we've got the opportunity to really look at the stories that we tell and the way that we tell those stories and the total visitor experience. So it's really exciting, and it started with what was essentially a bit of a leaky roof issue, and now we've got the opportunity to look at the whole of the museum experience. So that's the plan, and we really want people at this very, very early stage to get engaged in the process and tell us what they think, because it's really important to us that all our visitors, be they local residents or international tourists, have a stake in the museum and have the opportunity to tell us what they think is really important, what they love already and what they would like us to change or at least maybe enhance.